Warriors, rise. By 2030, you will own nothing and you will be happy. That's what the World Economic Forum says. But I'm going to show you the predictive programming slowly and methodically getting you ready for a brand new world. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, why do I share that same saying every single day? What I'm teaching you guys is you've been born into a system, an indoctrination system that teaches you how to live your life. Now, if you want something different for your life, if you're tired of being broke, stuck in a just over broke a job, tired of not being able to pay your bills or struggling for Friday to pay your paychecks, then you need to awaken to a new reality that you're already free. That's what my 120-day challenge is all about. It's not telling you how to live, it's teaching you the awareness that you have as a human being and the possibilities that you can do whatever you want as a human being. So we take you step by step through subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, creating a plan for your life, nutrition, exercise. You also get access to my crypto portfolio and access to our 2.0 crypto academy. What is it? How to do it, and an example, 6 calls per week, 2 being leadership calls. Community, there's nothing like it in the world. We all launched together on January 3rd. Click the description about down below to join. Now, the World Economic Forum says you will own nothing. You will own nothing and be happy, warriors. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the video. What was the date on this video? So this video was November 14th, 2020. So we're going to watch this video first, and then I'm going to show you the predictive, slow, methodical programming. Now, remember, what has pushed us into this new wave of technology? The C word. As you look this way at a pandemic, the whole world is being shifted this way. Now, the beautiful thing about this is if you look futuristically and you stay focused that you're already free, you can make great investments in the great new world and become one of the wealthiest people in the world and change the narrative. Instead of arguing about left or right, knowing that you're already free, you can bring the money back to the people. So let's take a deep dive and let's go through this together. Okay, so first we're going to walk this, and I'm going to narrate this because it's not verbal, and so I'm going to narrate the video as we go on. So it says 8 predictions for the world in 2030. Okay, or 2030. Excuse me. Same thing, right? 2030. Okay. So it says you will own nothing and be happy. Okay. Based on the input of members of the World Economic Forum's Global Council, you will own nothing and be happy. They highlighted nothing, be happy. Nothing, be happy. Predictive programming. Okay. Whatever you want, you will rent and it'll be delivered by a drone. The US won't be the world's leading superpower. This is the World Economic Forum telling you this. A handful of countries will dominate. You won't die waiting for an organ donor. We won't transplant organs. We'll print new ones instead. Okay. So you'll own nothing and be happy. Okay. Drones will deliver your stuff to your house and you will rent everything. Now, this is predictive programming. The World Economic Forum has been telling you right in front of your face, where do you hide something? In plain sight. So let's check this out. UK inches closer to eliminating private car ownership. This is December 27th, 2021. About a year later, UK inches closer to eliminating private car ownership. UK government transport minister Trudy Harrison recently spoke at a mobility conference addressing the future of personal mobility. In her comments, she said it was necessary to ditch the 20th century thinking centered on private vehicle ownership and towards a greater flexibility with personal choice and low carbon shared transport. That's right. She said the quiet part loud, and showed the hand of growing numbers of government officials. Harrison went on to praise not only the public transportation, but also bike share services, e-scooters, and rideshare platforms. All of these are supposed to tune down how much carbon the UK is emitting into the atmosphere. As with all choices, this comes with a cost, particularly for those living in rural areas. Okay. Now, in Dubai, Warriors, they already have cars like this. You can jump in the car and just ride share. Okay. Then some big cities, they have this. They have the scooters downtown Phoenix. This is already predictively, slowly coming about, Warriors. Okay. Eventually, we're going to live in a rental based society. I want you to think about this for just a moment. They've been extending out your loans for 80 months now. None of you even own your car. Most of you put 80 months loans on cars that are more than your annual salary. Think about that. You have a 30-year mortgage. Most of you never pay off your house. Most of you never pay off your car. And most of you never pay off your credit card. Most of you never pay off your phone. So you're already predictive programmed to rent everything. So I want to pause for a moment. Would you rather be the renter or the person owning the things that people rent? I plan on being the person that owns things that people rent, and the companies that are providing the things that people that rent need. For example, I'm looking at a construction company right now. Okay. Landscape company. There's always going to be landscape and construction needed. Okay. So I want to be the owner of that provides to people that are going to be renting, or the people who own the rental properties. Okay. Now, this is really important. This came out on December 28th. Now, this article came out on December 27th, and then Yahoo Finance on December 28th. This only has 984 views. Check this out.
Well, the robot workforce is on the rise. I'm sure you've seen it. Retailers, restaurants turning to robots and other technology to keep up with demand in a tight labor market. And for more on this, we have Yahoo Finance's Danny Romero here with a closer look at the rise of the robots in the labor market. Danny.
Yeah, Zach, these retailers and restaurants have really been under a lot of pressure to attract labor, especially for most of the pandemic. According to a survey from the National Restaurant Association, restaurant operators have said that 77% have said that they didn't have enough workers to really meet the demand. So that really showcases what's really going on, right? And so many of them have really turned to technology to fill in that gap and also help them stay afloat. And like you said, a lot of restaurants, local restaurants and retailers have now turned to kiosks. I'm sure you've seen them around town. A well-known one is Sprinkles Bakery. That's cupcake chain is now using a kiosk system to really keep up with online orders. And this is how it works. And so customers no longer have to wait in line. They type in their order in that tablet, they swipe their card, and wait for an employee to help them retrieve that order. It all started during the pandemic to really help with social distancing, but instead the Austin-based company found
predictive programming. It all started during the pandemic, Warriors. Once you look this way, they switched the whole system this way. They knew this was coming. They're trying to figure out a way to switch the system. And what you do is you lock people in their house. You get them 6 feet apart. You have them wearing masks. You have them scared. You have them freaked out and focused on something that they can't control. And as they focus on something they can't control, come up with solutions, problem, reaction, solution. And then they buy into it because it's a solution to the problem that was created.
That it was effective. And so they decided to implement it for good. But like I said, it's not the only business that's really doing this. Others are really stepping up their game, their investments in robots and also other technology. Walgreens, for example, is using automation to fill prescriptions. Starbucks also made the move in New York City to swap out cashiers for tablets. And just over the weekend, I was at a local grocery store and I accidentally spilled my kombucha. And before I could even react, a robot came by and wiped it away. And so it was really interesting to see not only that a robot cleaned up my mess, but the other side of it, that workers didn't really have to react. We knew that they had that extra help, right? And it's this robot that came by and actually picked up my mess. And so Sam's Club is also testing out an attachment with a camera that scans inventory and can flag if an employee needs to restock or rearrange the shelf. Another interesting point is that restaurants like Buffalo Wild Wings, White Castle are also testing out these robots to see if they can flip that burger or even make that chicken wing. So the environment is changing and it's happening now. Zach?
Okay, so the environment is changing. It's happening. Now, I want you to think about this for just a moment. Think about your career or your job. Okay, we're going to talk about some careers and jobs that you may not think will be replaced. I want you to think about anything that is a mundane activity that happens over and over and over again. A drywaller. They have drywall technology companies, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so that's Yahoo Finance. They have excuse me, let me finish that sentence. They have drywall robots that can drywall way faster than a drywaller. The drywaller doesn't show up late, right? The robot does it 24 hours a day. Okay, so that's the World Economic Forum saying that. The UK, somebody saying that. Okay, Yahoo Finance. Well, let's see what the Dallas Fed is saying on June 15th, 2021. This is a technology-enabled disruptions, Ross Perot Jr. on logistics and trucking. So this is from the Dallas Fed. Listen to what he says. I've showed you guys this video before.
The challenge we have in trucking is we don't have enough drivers, as you realize, 65,000 drivers short. In the next 10 years, we think we need another 1 million drivers. This is why the autonomous truck is going to happen far sooner than people realize, because it has to happen. We don't have the drivers for the trucking. 71% of the trucking in the country today, or goods today, are moved by trucks. So it's this driver shortage is driving this disruption. So now when you have an autonomous truck, how will distribution patterns change? You no longer have a human factor problem. Trucks can drive 24/7. The autonomous truck today is more, it will be focused more on a nighttime activity, but it's also in the southern tier of the country. The technology is not good in the northern tier. We have a lot of rain and ice and snow. So you'll see the autonomous truck on the southern tier. And as a real estate developer, we're trying to determine where will the next big distribution hubs be. And we think the distribution hubs today, based on a human driver, will start to change when you have the autonomous truck. Where will they go and what will they do? What kind of real estate product do you need? Can the autonomous truck work in an existing warehouse? With the drone delivery programs coming, and we've started Drone Delivery at Alliance, our first drone delivery was a B in Santa Fe Bell helicopter to one of our communities. What kind of warehouse will you need for a drone? Where the drones land on the roof to pick up a package, land in the parking lot to pick up a package. What I'm talking to my team about is as you build modern day warehouses, make sure you think about flexibility, make sure you think about the parking lots, think about the roof loading. And so there is a huge, exciting time coming up in distribution and e-commerce around technology disruption.
Okay, so that's why I'm looking for essential businesses, right? Right now, I'm looking at a trucking company that we're working to close, a trucking company, which makes truck beds for FedEx type trucks distribution, right? Also have a meeting with a construction company. Landscaping will always be there, right? I'm also looking at a grocery store that I'm meeting with next month. Okay, that's essential food. Okay, what else do I have going on? Is that it? Yeah, I got a couple more. Anyways, but so think about that's what I'm looking at. Whereas I'm looking to own the things that people will need, right? If I take over a grocery store, I'm going to look heavily at distribution, improving dramatically the distribution. Those who go to technology quicker are going to survive this war. So look at your job. What jobs are being taken over by robots and computer? Assembly and line and factory workers, bus drivers, taxis, and truck drivers, phone operators, telemarketers, and receptionists, cashiers, all types of cashiers, bank tellers and clerks. Whereas this was happening a long time ago when I was in banking school. We were moving to financial technology. Banks, Chase was the first to implement this. Packing, stockroom, and warehouse moving. Okay. Prescriptions, information gathering, analysis, researchers, journalists, reporters, pilots, bartenders, stock traders, postal workers, doctors, anesthesiologists, and surgeon robots, soldiers and guards, travel agents, chefs and cooks, bomb squad, typist, switchboard operator, bowling ball pin setter, you better watch out, film projectionist, home and small garden, interesting, huh? Hotel and staff room service, warriors. This is most of the working class. That's why Jerome Powell says, I'm worried about the middle class being wiped out, leveraged towards technology. We are coming back to a new economy. So what are you going to do? Are you just going to sit back on your hands, or are you going to get involved in the biggest shift in our economic system? Are you going to get involved and be one of the people that owns the stuff that people rent so you can bring the money back to your family, so you can provide resources to empower them? So one of my favorite investors is I keep calling her Kathy Woods, right? Catherine Woods, Kathy Woods of ARK Investment. Okay. These are some of the things that she is investing in right now. Kathy Woods is a disruptive. She works in disruptive technologies as an investor and has crushed it. But we want to take a look at some of the investments that she's investing in right now. I want you to think about how her brain works. She looks futuristically and she's been crushing it. So 2020 stock market, 7 ARK investment stocks to buy and watch are. This is not financial advice. I'm just think about where her brain is. Coinbase, okay, cryptocurrency. DraftKings, online betting, online. Roku, Block, Teldoc, I don't know what that is. Teldoc Health. Oh, Teladoc Health. Robots, right? Tesla, and Zoom Video. That shows you where we are heading, warriors. They're giving you the tools and resources you need to make moves. There'll never be a time like this to act as a accredited investor and get involved in low priced technology stocks and cryptocurrency. Now, let me be clear. I'm not heavily weighted in stocks. I closed out all stocks. I'm mostly in cryptocurrency. Okay. So I have a few stocks that I'm just holding on to right now. Once the market crashes, I'm absolutely diving into stocks like the Teladoc Health, Tesla, Zoom. I'm going to follow these people like Kathy Woods and their stock picks, right? Cryptocurrency, I'm heavily vested in cryptocurrency, but I'm also very diversified now outside of cryptocurrency. I'm buying companies that are essential businesses, right? Doing the LBO process to help set up an infrastructure to build generational wealth for generation to generation. But looking at these companies, are they able to innovate and move forward into the new quantum financial system, into the new way we do business and the new way that we interact? So warriors, Jerome Powell's telling you, the World Economic Forum is telling you, your world is about to change. So you can either sit on the sidelines or you can be an active participant making slow, methodical, strategic moves to set you and your family up for the rest of your life. The just over broke system is about to get shattered, warriors. The just over broke system, the 401k system is about to get shattered. The healthcare system is about to get shattered. Every way you do business is about to get shattered. And I love doing these videos because things I've talked about 2 years ago, people are saying, oh, you got it right. I did get it right. I did. I've never gotten any dates right. And I don't think anybody's gotten most of the dates right, warriors. But the fact is I've gotten the overall concept of the macro and microeconomics right because I study this stuff 9 hours a day. Because I work on my subconscious mind programming, because I work to be aligned with a higher consciousness, and I can feel the vibrational energy of things moving around me. Okay. You can do the same thing, warriors. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And if you are feeling anything less than love, that just means you need to look at that thing that is less than love and give it love. Where are you lacking within your life? Financially, spiritually, relationship. You are the answer. Nobody else is the answer. Not your government, not your mom, not your dad, not your spouse, not your house, not your mouse. Buying a new house and a bigger house ain't going to do shit for you, warriors. It's working hard internally to change that internal vibration, to raise it as high as humanly possible, to know that you're a powerful human being. All right, warriors. So I love you guys. If you want to join our private warrior academy, we launch all together on January 3rd. And if you missed January 3rd, that's fine. You can join at any time. It's a self-paced program, but high touch. There's a lot of interaction within the academy. Make sure you engage yourself in the academy. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And as we always say, warriors rise. So if you don't want to click the description down below, it's www.3T as in Tom, warrior.com. 3, the number 3, T as in Tom, warrior.com. 3T warrior.com. Let's go.
Well, look at the time. I'll try to keep this brief. After 28 years of peacock logos on much of what I own, it is my choice now to jump without a net into the great unknown, as I do for the first time in my 62 years. My biggest worry is for my country. The truth is, I'm not a liberal or a conservative. I'm an institutionalist. I believe in this place, and in my love of country, I yield to no one. But the darkness on the edge of town has spread to the main roads and highways and neighborhoods. It's now at the local bar and the bowling alley, at the school board and the grocery store. And it must be acknowledged and answered for. Grown men and women who swore an oath to our Constitution, elected by their constituents, possessing the kinds of college degrees I could only dream of, have decided to join the mob and become something they are not, while hoping we somehow forget who they were. They've decided to burn it all down with us inside. That should scare you to no end as much as it scares an aging volunteer fireman.